Hello everyone, my name is Nicole from LadyPrefersToSave.com and welcome to another Wednesday Ways to Save. I'm so glad for everyone that will be able to tune in and later catch on the broadcast secondary, and for anyone seeing this on YouTube, welcome as well. Thank you so much for watching. Now, before I start, as always, I want to give you a little weekly progress for my 2018 No Spend Challenge, and this week I am super excited to say that other than obligatory bills and grocery spending, I spent absolutely nothing this week. There weren't any major catastrophes. I didn't have anything break. There wasn't a major appliance that went out. And so that was a awesome blessing not to have something major happen like in the beginning of this month. And so this week, nothing happened on that front. And so I'm really excited about that and wanted to report. So thus far this year, I have saved close to $3,000 towards my spending goals by, again, cutting memberships, not eating out, and other measures of this sorting. And so I am making great progress and great strides, and I am super excited about that. And as always, I will link after this video my community for the 2018 No Spend Challenge. So if you would like some encouragement on your own savings goals, definitely join us. There's some great discussion going on and some wonderful ladies that may be able to offer you some advice as well in your own savings journey. Now, for this week's tips on Wednesday Ways to Save, I want to encourage a little bit of a different discussion in so much as to give you one of my personal views on spending. And that is, if you want to spend less money, you have to go about it the right way. And if you want to save for your financial future, you really have to think about how you're going to go about making it stick, how you're going to go about implementing it. Of course, you'll already need to know your why, but once you have your why, how are you going to go about putting that plan into action? And that's what I kind of want to delve into a little bit today and a little bit next week as well. But for today, I want to share that unless you have a plan in place, you are going to run into trouble with your savings. And the best way to avoid these catastrophes is to set small, obtainable, yearly savings goals. And some of the best ways to do that is to, of course, just start with a plan, just putting pen to paper and seeing where you hope that your money will go this year. First of all, you need to put down any short-term goals, such as, are you saving to buy a car? Do you want to pay off credit card balances? Is there something in particular that you need to fix around your home? Those would be short-term goals, things that have a definite close endpoint. And then, of course, there are long-term goals. Perhaps you're saving for a house or for a long-term vacation or for retirement savings. Those are things that you would have to put into incrementalized implementations for the next few years in order to help you reach those goals. But you definitely need to have them down and written, not just digitally accessible, but physically writing them. It creates a savings manifesto and really helps you utilize your time and your efforts into that savings goal. And then you need to ask yourself some really hard questions. You know, what is it that you think you'll get out of that savings goal? How will you be bettered by this savings goal? What will you be paying off, and what will that free up? And then the money freed up from that savings goal, where is that going to go? And on and on and on. You have to have an end point and an end goal. Otherwise, none of this is going to matter. You could save an amount of money, but if it doesn't have that goal set to it, it's kind of a moot point. It'll eventually end up as some kind of debt if it doesn't have a place to go. And so that's something really to think about, putting pen to paper, setting those goals, and determining if those are long-term or short-term goals and where that money will go. And then you need to factor in a few things as well, like, do you have your emergency fund in place? Before you can have any other savings, you definitely should have at least $1,000 in place. If you are on the end of living debt-free as my family is, do you have 3 to 6 to even 12 months of savings built up? This is definitely something to think about. In the United States, someone who is laid off on their job statistically won't be able to seek and obtain employment to make up from what they previously had in upwards of 9 to 12 months on average. If you have absolutely no savings, I mean, that's a huge burden for most families to have to endure. And you really have to think about that in the long term as the economic trends are changing in America and things are becoming more and more mechanized by robots, for example. You know, if you're in that industry, are you putting savings aside? Are you looking into other forms of career development? These are definitely savings goals that you might want to have in mind. In addition to that, you really need to take some time and customize your goals and create a plan. I recommend setting aside 1 hour per month for what I like to call money hour. And in that time, I like to reassess my goals, where my money has went, look over receipts. I like to take my pen and paper finance and add it to an app such as EveryDollar or Quicken Books if you're a business owner, as I am, and really see where your money has gone. Have you met the goals? Is there another fund that you can pull from? And really evaluate where your money is going from week to week. I found that having both a digital and a paper system to do that really works for me. Perhaps one or other might be better for you, but definitely setting those goals will help you in the long term. You've got to know where your money is going, why you're putting it there, what the long-term goals for that, and how that money will be used and utilized in the future. You can't just have a plan for this year. You need to have quarterly, yearly, 5-year, 10-year plans for your money. Especially if you're a woman and if you're a blogger or an influencer, you really need to think about retirement savings and think about yourself in the long term. You are a much better asset and investment to your family if you are solvent in your own right. And so that's a definite legacy and a wealth building mechanism that you can start yourself and pass on to your family. These are simple things that you can do with home with absolutely no software and build your way up. And so this week, I really wanted to reiterate that to you. That's something that's been pressing on me and something that I really wanted to share with my community. You have got to set your savings goals. It's never too late. Start today. Take 10 minutes. Really take a look at your financial successes, any challenges that you've had, and where you want to be. If you don't have a goal, it doesn't matter anything else. You can't go into a no-spend month or a no-spend season or a no-spend year if you don't know where that money is going to go. That's trend hopping, and that's just getting on board because another blogger who has done this suggested it. You really have to have those plans in place for yourself. And so this week, I really want to encourage you to create for yourself a money hour. I would like to see everyone sit down and decide where their money is going to go, to create a savings plan, to see if your emergency plan is in place, and if your emergency plan is not in place, how you will go about doing it. And if you are debt-free, still evaluate your current savings. See where your portfolio is at, your retirement savings, what you will do in case of an emergency. And if you are a middle-class American, really evaluate your current work situation. See if your contributions are being matched at work, if there's anything that you need to change, and where you are currently in your own situation. And if you're a woman, that especially goes for us. We all need to be looking into this. So this week, take an hour for yourself, really evaluate where your money's going, set those plans, figure out those emergency funds. And again, if you're interested in joining our 2018 No Spend community, I will put all the information for that in the link below. Thank you so much for watching and taking time out of your day to hear a few thoughts that I had on the matter. And as always, please be kind to yourself and to others. Have a wonderful rest of your day and have awesome, awesome, awesome savings in the weeks to come, guys. Thank you so much.